the first character is Guest. Guest here has normal stamina at 100, but 20 more max health than normal with 120. Despite this, a lot of characters have 120 health or more, so unfortunately it doesn't matter too much. Now, the first thing you're going to notice with Guest is this that you have right here, this geolocator. When you turn it on, you can switch between 3 different modes. The first one is during nighttime, it locates the redacted. It will show the studs from how far the redacted is from you, if close enough. If they're too far, it doesn't tell you. It isn't too helpful, because you'll usually know if they're there, but it can be. And the second thing is this. It's super high right now, but this tells you how much time is left until it turns night, or how much time is left until it turns day. Right now it's such a high number because I set the in-game time high, so it wouldn't turn night mid-video. And the third thing is this. This tells you how what the percentage of the power is over here at the generator station. If it goes out, you need to come into the place. I can show you right now. If the power goes out, if you have the radio, this will close. You won't be able to see the chat. If I can't see it anymore, you'll get a little text pop up too, and that giant big one. Doing this, you cannot use your geolocator. All you need to do is fix it, is go up to it and hold E. Now this takes around 20 seconds, but some characters can do it in 10 seconds, and Biscop specifically does it in 5 seconds. So if you can, you should let them do it. I'll go into what the generator stops from working in the respective character videos for them. Now, the second ability is Goad. When you press this, it will spawn in a little goad guy for 7 seconds. All he does is stun the redacted. It's not working on this guy because I spawned him in myself. But he will start shooting at them if he has vision and they are close enough. If either of those are not met, he stops shooting. The stun is not an actual stun, it is a what I like to call an anchoring stun. An anchoring stun is one where the killer does not use the stun animation, but is stuck on the spot. Now this is important, because Rust and Jane can completely ignore anchoring stuns. Rust, if he gets his combo ability off cooldown, he just ignores it completely. And with Jane, she can charge, like use her charge with an anchoring stun on her. This goad guy is just to help your team, or if you're out of stamina. Now, about stamina is your third ability, which is called Distress. Now all Distress does is give you a speed boost for 2 seconds, like that, and it will regenerate your stamina by a certain amount. I think it's 20 stamina or so. Now, this is just to get out. Remember, if you are damaged, you move slower, so if you're hurt, you should use Distress just to get away. What you can also do is, if a teammate's being hurt, you can run in with Distress and plop down your goad and then get out. Okay, Distress gives like 40 stamina. It's also on a 23-second cooldown, which is very low. If I just start running, and I press Distress every time I get it, you can basically outrun every killer in the game. Even Enraged Mesh Noob. Especially with your goad. A good item to bring as guest in the shop here is obviously a med kit because you can't self-heal, or the Gola Cola, because with your already insane stamina from distress, having a full refill and speed boost again is very strong. Now, there's no tips for any specific killer with Guest other than just stay away. And just treat them how you would with basically any other character, because you can't do anything else much. Next character is Jane, or Jane Guest. That is her name in this game, Jane Guest. Something you'll notice immediately is she is small. Smaller than any other character, except for Aqua. She also has 20 less max health than other characters at 80, and 100 stamina like most. Now, she has some different abilities. She has this little walkie-talkie. It does not matter. All it does is give you the radio game pass without actually having to pay for it, which is useless to me. And it says and ping locations, but everyone sees ping locations whether or not you have this. Now, ping locations, I once again cannot use it, but all it does is highlight the killer react acted in white for everyone across the map, so everyone will see where the killer is for a few seconds, which is actually incredibly helpful. Now, she has a goad. It's exactly like Guest's goad. It just looks different. And she also has the exact same thing with Distress. It does the exact same thing. Now, one of the biggest changes other than the lower health is she is a bit faster than a normal character. If I spawn in Zombie, to be exact, she moves 1.2 times faster. You can see that I am outrunning Zombie in a straight line, which you can't do with other characters, because Zombie will catch up if you do not have a speed boost, being faster than you. And this really just makes Jane even better than Guest was at prolonging a chase. If you spawned in an enraged mesh noob, she could just run him around the entire map. The only worry would be the lower health. Now, 20 less may not seem like much, but a lot of attacks do 20 or more. So that less health, let's say Employer. Employer does 35 damage per hit. You get the point. Her lower health puts her below a lot of damage thresholds, which means she can take one less hit than anyone else. Now, Jane here also fixes the power 2 times faster, only taking 10 seconds. I will show it here. Now, once again, I don't have many tips because these abilities are very general for every killer. And yeah, that's the two Guest characters. Now, moving on. Next, we have Employee, which you'll immediately notice every color is inverted. This usually doesn't matter, however, Enraged Mesh Noob makes everything very red. And apparently, black is the inverted of red. So if Mesh Noob is enraged, you cannot see anything. I mean nothing. You know that small area of light around you when it's nighttime? That's how much you can see. and no flashlight or anything will get rid of it. So that's pretty bad. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. It just makes everything look weird. Employee also has 100 health, 100 stamina, all default. Movement speed, also default. Now, you can't see, well, you can see it. That little pulse that you keep seeing on me, that is the passive of employee. Employee will see every survivor's position every 10 seconds. It's pretty useful to gauge where the killer is or whatever. Now, the first ability is Healing Bottle. It will heal you and anyone near you for around 20 health, I think. More than 20. I think it's around 40 or so. Which you know is quite a lot, but basically every other healer does even more than that. So it doesn't matter much. Just use it if you see damaged people. It's on a short cooldown anyways. Now, the second ability is Speed Pulse. As you can see, I go a very, very small bit faster. It's not very much. I don't even think it makes you as fast as Jane or any character with their speed boosts. But the important thing is, Speed Pulse, when you activate it, affects everybody on the map. It is not based on range. You can just spam Speed Pulse, or if you see with your passive that someone is being chased, you can just hit Speed Pulse, and they will always be sped up. Now, the third ability is Teleport. You will place this little portal down, and it will teleport you to a random one of these spawn points. This is where the redacted and survivors spawn. There is one there, one back there, one next to the power plant, one in the middle right there, and one over there. Also, I was wrong, the redacteds do not spawn unless on points. They spawn from the cave, right there. They only spawn from the spawn points if you spawn them with the command panel. Now, something kind of interesting is that teleport can teleport the redacteds. This could be useful or dangerous, because, well, the redacted could be right here, you teleport them, they teleport right there, sneak up on people who weren't expecting it. But you could be all the way in this corner over here, use teleport, redacted goes all the way to the other side of the map. It's mainly used just to get out if you're extremely hurt. And that's it. Now the final starter character, Build-A-Man. Build-A-Man is the first stunner you will get, and he's actually pretty strong. Now, basically every stunner is very strong, especially the later ones who can just solo the redacted for entire rounds. However, Build-A-Man is not bad. He has 180 health, only beaten out by Raven, Lonely Raven, who has 185, and a commando that got healed up via the energy drink, which can bring them all the way up to 235. Damn! 235 to 240 max health. Build-A-Man is bigger than the average character. Now this is not just a visual thing. This does make you bigger, it makes your hitbox bigger for the redacted. They can hit you from further. Oh. People survived the holdout, good job. I might make a video on that at some point. Now, back to what I was saying. He does have a bigger hitbox. Well, hurt box. if you want to be technical about it, which means the redacteds can hit you further away. Boulderman also moves very slowly compared to other characters, at 1.8 times less speed. This is pretty slow. Every character in the game outruns you as Boulderman. Now, he has a cheeseburger. Oh wait, first. The big hammer, it glows. It just increases your range of the light around you, the ambient light, and you cannot hold any items. You can't even enter the shop. If you try to enter the shop, it doesn't let you. That's the same with the stim shop. But if you have the stims, why are you watching this video? Now, the cheeseburger kills you quite a bit. It's not very much damage. Hold on. Now, if I eat this cheeseburger, it heals a lot of health. That is 40 health. Then it has some overheal time afterwards. The description lies. It does not heal 25 health and then 15 overheal. It heals 40 health and then 15 overheal, or overtime healing. Since you already have so much health, the cheeseburger can let you take a lot of damage. Just be careful, because the cooldown is not short enough and you are not fast enough to get out if you get caught on without any help. Now, finally, to get to the stun. The stun is quite a unique one, especially in this game. When you press the attack button, you will swing your hammer with this hitbox in front of you. If this hitbox touches the redacted at any time during it, it will stun them. It will also use a ton of stamina when you press this button. Now, if you hit the redacted, it will give you more stamina than you lost, so it will return all of your stamina and give you extra, which can bring you over 100 stamina. Not max stamina, it will not regenerate if you lose it. Hitting redacted also stuns the redacted for 5 seconds. The only other stun that is 5 seconds is the stun from Commander's dropkick. And hitting redacted will also give you a short speed boost. So I'm going to show it off here. This stun is on a pretty short cooldown, but most stuns are at only around 25 seconds. And that for a 5-second stun is very good. Mesh Noob, now is not the time. I'm explaining something. Die. So Birdman is not bad by any means, but if you want to survive, you need your team to help you. You are just simply not fast enough, and you do not have the stun capacity and stamina regeneration to survive an entire night, or for an extended period of time. The best you can do is abuse the pathfinding of redacteds on these rock paths. The redacteds will try and sneak between the rocks instead of stepping on them. And this means, even with your very slow speed, if you either run across these paths or use this area right here, what you can do is run the redacted around these fence posts while also running these. The redacted going between all of the rocks where you go over them will let you outrun the redacted. So it is possible, just don't count on it. Especially with Zombie or Jane. And that is all of the starter characters explained. However, there is some extra stuff that the game does not tell you about Builderman here. Most redacteds have an ability to block stuns. It will make this very audible sound effect, and the redacted will bring up a weapon or the ohms to block. This block negates the stun and can screw you over extremely hard, because you're slow and yada yada. That's bad. However, Builderman cannot be blocked. He is one of the stuns in the game that cannot be blocked. I will explain which characters can and cannot be blocked in their videos. Now, other than these rocks here, if Redacted is chasing you, you can do an emergency jump from here onto this. Now, don't expect this to be an instant win. The Redacteds do have pathfinding to let them drop down onto this and continue chasing you. However, if you are lucky and you do it right, the pathfinding will detect that dropping down there is slower than running back down here to get you, despite running back down, in fact, being slower. Some good tips is that against Rust, you can tank his breakdown combo ability. If you think that he has it, or you know that he has it, and you see someone's about to get hurt, you can quickly run in front, tank it, and then eat your cheeseburger. You can also, after you tank it, run back, stun him, while he cannot block you, and then run and eat your cheeseburger. And that's really all the tips I can give. So yeah, that's all of this 4 starter characters in Robloxia Corruption explained. And that's the end of the video. I don't know how to make an outro, but that's it. Bye bye.